Hello, welcome to QC Makeup Academy. My name is Azzi Williams, and today I'm going to create a beautiful look on our model Charmaine. We're going to recreate one of the most iconic supermodels in Australia, Miranda Kerr. So first off, to prep and prime Charmaine's skin, I'm going to use Embryolisse Lait Concentrate. Now, Miranda Kerr has a beautiful dewy look. So to recreate this is one of the most beautiful products, and it's widely used in catwalks across UK and Europe. So we're going to use a flat foundation brush and apply a small amount. So just concentrating on the areas that need the moisture the most. And then we're going to use a sponge or a wedge to just gently massage that into the skin. And that really helps plump up the skin. For that beautiful second skin finish, I'm going to use Makeup Forever HD foundation. And it's one of my favorite formulations for that really natural glowing look. You can use the back of your sanitized hand or a palette to apply the makeup. And again, just using a flat foundation brush. Just creating a nice coverage. Apply a little bit more. Just look up for me. Beautiful. And then again, using your wedge or a blender sponge, you can just gently blend that in. And just look up for me. Beautiful. You can see it doesn't detract from Charmaine's lovely glowing skin. It just creates that extra bit of coverage. For the next stage, we're going to add a little bit of concealer, and I'm using the Eve Pearl Salmon Concealer, which again is a really creamy formulation, so you get a beautiful, dewy, fresh look. So again, with a small, flat concealer brush, this is the Eve Pearl concealer brush, I'm going to apply a very small amount just underneath Charmaine's eyes, and as well as any other areas that need concealing. So the salmon colour counteracts with any blue. Great. Lovely. And once you're happy with where the concealer is placed, you can use, again, the wedge to just gently weave and massage the product into the skin. The more you work the product into the skin, the longer your products will last. Yep, just look right up. Beautiful. Okay, and then we're going to go for any other areas that need just a little bit of extra coverage. You'll notice as I go through the steps, I'm using predominantly cream formulations. And one of my favorite products for contouring is the Tom Ford contouring products. This is actually widely used in film as well as photo shoots. So I'm going to pop a little bit of product, again, on the back of my hand and just use it in areas that I want to add a little bit more dimension to Charmaine's face. Just creating a little bit on the cheekbones. Just face me. Beautiful. And then just as you were before, a little bit on the nose and just a little bit on the forehead. So once we have the contour where we want it, we're going to use a buffer brush to gently buff it in. So just using circular motions, we're just gently buffing that in to add a little bit of depth. Great. You can already see it's starting to take shape and sculpting Charmaine's face. And just turn that way for me. Beautiful. To add extra glow and extra radiance, we're going to mix a MAC strobe cream with the MAC pigment in vanilla, and that will create a really beautiful HD-friendly glow. I've already combined the two, and I'm just going to apply it again with a flat concealer brush, just on the areas that I want to really bring out and stand out on Charmaine's face. So concentrating on the top of the cheekbones, and in a sort of a 3 along the brow. Just going to place it there. Bridge of the nose. And just along these areas, which just add a bit of extra glow. So you can use just a sponge again to work that into the skin. And the great thing about these two formulations together, it just works so seamlessly and magically, and it creates that lovely, again, second skin finish which we want. Next, we're going to apply some cream cheek colour on Charmaine's cheeks. I'm going to use Stila in Petunia, which has a lovely fresh finish. So we're just applying the blush on the apples of Charmaine's cheeks to create that Miranda Kerr glow. So to set the look, I'm going to use a translucent powder, which is the Williams Pro Zero powder. It's an all-natural product that has the light deflecting particles, so it doesn't detract from that radiance of Charmaine's skin. So I'm just going to lightly buff it over just to set the foundation and the look. Next, we're going to fill in Charmaine's brows with a little bit of brow powder. I'm using a Benefit brow powder in 02 and a flat brush by Haute, which is H-A-U-T. So I'm going to work the product just gently in Charmaine's brows. I'm not going to create anything over the top, just add a little bit of extra depth. And where I've placed it, I'm going to use the spoolie end to really brush it in. And this motion is so fabulous because it blends the product into the skin. But what it also does is it stimulates growth and keeps the brows really healthy. So I actually recommend using this on my clients every day. And I say to my clients, do this every day and you'll keep your brows really healthy and strong. For a lovely creamy base for the eyes, I'm actually going to use, again, cream formulations, MAC Painterly, MAC Paint Pots, Stila Lotus Rouge Pot, and the Haute White Brightener. So combining these, I'm going to create a really beautiful, healthy look for the eyes to use as a base. So I'm first going to use the white brightener on the brow bone. So just close your eyes for me, where we just want that extra lift. And the trick with cream formulations is to blend quickly. You have to work with the product very quickly before it dries. Great. And if you want to continue blending, you can use a small blender brush. Lovely. Then we're going to use the MAC Painterly along the lids. This is a fabulous way to prime the lids. And finally, I'm going to use the Stila Rouge pot along the crease. Just as a little V on either side. And then with a clean, fluffy brush, blend that in. And you'll notice I'm not going up, I'm creating a forward and backward motion. Next, for the crease work, I'm using the Maybelline Colour Tattoo, and this is in Immortal Charcoal. And then for the inner corners, I'm going to use a lovely Stila shiny sort of shimmery shade. You can pretty much use any shimmer in the inner corners. So I'm using a small flat brush, just for a little bit more precision. Close your eyes for me, beautiful. And we're going to place that along the lids, and then quickly blending again with a blender brush. And because Miranda Kerr has quite fine features, I'm keeping everything as close to the crease as possible. Open for me, lovely and close. And turn your head over that way, beautiful. So a lot of it is about layering with cream formulations. Now we're going to add the shimmer to the inner corner. And just face me, beautiful, close. To add volume and length to lashes, I'm using the Helena Rubinstein mascara in Lash Queen Sexy Black. Just look down for me. Lovely. And we're going to work that from root to tip. Once the mascara is applied, you can use a combination of a dark and a lighter eye pencil to just create a bit more depth around the lash bed. Just close your eyes for me. So we're just going to work the pencil just along the lash bed. You'll notice I'm not using an eyeliner, a gel as such. Miranda Kerr usually has a much softer, natural look around the eye area. So this will add a bit more depth. And okay, just turn to face me. Beautiful. Then we're going to work the lighter shade in the inner corner and just marry up the two. And open. Beautiful. So you can see how that's just created that extra dimension. Now we're going to take the same two pencils and work in a similar way underneath the eyes. So just look up for me. I'm going to create a little bit of depth underneath on either eye. And again, I'm not working it within the waterline, just to keep the eyes open and fresh looking. And then a brighter pencil for the inner corner. So this is the Gold Stiller eyeliner. And this one is the Urban Decay in Roach. When we're working with lips, I'm using a very similar sort of lip color shade. This is the Makeup Forever Aqua Lip, and it's in number 15C. Part your lips for me. Just part them. Beautiful. So we're actually going to work the product all along the lip line, and then we're going to fill in the lips as well. And you'll notice I'm using small 2mm strokes. So I'm not sort of creating long lengths and drawing, just very small, gentle, feathered strokes. Finally, you'll notice in most of Miranda Kerr's shots, she has a really plump and very glossy pout, but it doesn't look like it's over the top. So to create that sort of sheer finish, I'm mixing a lovely sheer lipstick by Estee Lauder in Innocence, and that's part of their Pure Colour range, and a NARS lip gloss in 08. So I'm just actually creating a sort of custom blend look using a small lip brush, so just a small precision brush. Part your lips, and we're going to pop that over the top. So you'll notice that the look is not over the top, it still has a lovely sheer finish. So that's how you create a beautiful, fresh, radiant Miranda Kerr inspired look. You'll also notice that we had Charmaine's hair in pin curls, and that's how we created these beautiful, healthy, bouncy, wavy hair. And this is the sort of hair look that you can also recreate after learning QC Makeup's hair tutorials.